Hey you, welcome to my world. So I'm 7 years old in class one, and I'm seated on my seat. I have a desk mate here, and we're doing an exam. So I noticed this guy. He was copying my answers. I write the first answer and he copies. I write the second answer and he copies. I hid my answers, like I put my hand somewhere in between so that he couldn't see very well. And he was raising up his neck and looking and writing. I tried to hide, and I was getting frustrated because I couldn't write. I was looking at him. He could see that I was hiding the answers in myself. Then I hid it completely. And he gives me this look, this evil look. It's like, what are you doing? You're not cool. Like, I really want to be cool. I really wanted to be cool at that age. I'm like, what do I do? It's not cool if I report my classmates to the teacher. That wouldn't be cool. He's not hiding to. He can see that I'm clearly hiding the answers. He doesn't care about that. He really wants my answers. I'm like, what do I do? I hide the answers. I give him like, okay, you can look. So he looks at the answers. He copies the first one, the second one. He copies down. See him copying every answer. I act like I don't care, but I really didn't like it. So I we submit the exams and it comes back and I'm number two. Guess what? Guess what position this guy is in? Number two. Same exact position as me. He copied each and every answer from the first to the last. The first exam, the second exam, up to the fifth and the sixth exam. I don't know. I don't remember whether there are five or six. He copied all of them. Got the same exact mark in every test and the entire. Like this is not right. I didn't know he copied all of us. Like maybe he copied like half of them or not. It was clear he copied everything. So it was frustrating. Still wanting to be cool and everything. I didn't report him. The next exam comes, and now he's confident. He knows the fruits of copying, fruits of lying. He's gotten number two already. Yeah, there was the guy who was very smart. He was becoming number one. He became number one twice during the entrance exam and during the first term. I was number two in both times. First time he didn't copy. Second time he copied and became number two with me. I didn't like sharing the glory. So this was stressful for me. I didn't tell him anything. I would go outside, play together. Then the next exam comes, the second time, and I start writing my answers. Uh, and I see him copying. He was smart enough, considering how much he copied the first exam, everything like as it is. You might think that he might even copy the my name and present it to the teacher, but he was a bit smart. He wrote his own name. At 7 years old, that's a pretty smart move. So he starts writing again. I'm like, I'm tired of hiding. I'm tired of hiding. I want to be cool. I don't want to report you to the teacher. I don't want to talk to you about it because you seem hard-headed and you don't want to stop copying. So I'll let you copy. So I am like, I'll make it easier for you. You don't have to raise your neck and try and look at me and whether I'm checking and all not. Be comfortable. Write the answer. Push the paper close to him. And I wrote the answers. The paper was close to him. The teacher wasn't looking, and he was very confident. Started copying, shamelessly copying. First answer, second answer, third answer. There are 25 questions. All the answers done. Full stop. Submit. My 100 points is coming. I used to get 100 a lot. So, yeah, my 100 marks are coming. My parents are going to be proud of me. I think that's what was going in my head. Yeah, I got very high marks. I wasn't doing very well in nursery school, but yeah, I found the rhythm. I'm doing good. Yeah, it was distressing. I didn't know. I let him copy the entire exam, make it easier for him. Very frustrated, but I was cool at least. Being cool was more important than anything else. So it comes to around the second term. Then I moved to a different school, a bit far away, but just the same caliber of school. So in this school, the smart guy was becoming number one was not there anymore. So I happened to become number one. I did the test and became number one. No one was really copying anything from me because they didn't know who I was or how good I was at school and everything. But then the second time, like the first time, I had stayed there for two terms in my first school. Then I did the third term in my second school. So this was my first term in class two, and so I had a desk mate, and he was just as opportunistic as my other desk. It's like this guy was number one. He's getting hundreds here. I can smell 100 coming to me. He starts copying again. And I notice he's copying. He's a bit more slick. He's not like the other guy who doesn't care whether I know he's copying or not. So he's very careful to see whether I'm looking, and then he copies. The first question he copies, second answer he copies. When he sees like I'm looking at him, he stops copying and starts looking like he's thinking about his next answer. He's a bit slick, but still the same. So he copied and copied and copied everything, excluding my name. He was also another smart one, so was a bit smart for that age. He knew the names were different, even if the answers were the same. He copies the first exam. I didn't make it easier for him, but I didn't hide. I wasn't bothering to hide. I was tired. I was already getting used to this pattern. Again, I wanted to be cool. I didn't want to report him to the teacher, or I didn't want to confront him about it. Just be cool, play, and play with him during break and all that. I liked playing, as most other kids that age do like to play. So he copies, and not surprisingly, again, the results come. I'm number one this time, like I was the other time. Hmm. Guess what? He was close. He was number two. At the point, the marks were very close. I think he was smart enough to put a different answer somewhere. I don't know where. But I was getting frustrated. Like, this is the fruit of my labor. You're taking advantage of me. But what do I do? I'm helpless. Um, I'm not. I don't know how to fight very well. I would have fought him. I get beaten a lot when I try to fight. So this exam comes. The next term comes, and he's ready to copy. The copying went very well last time, and I guess his parents were proud of him or something. So he comes to copy again. This time before the exam starts, I'm thinking, what do I do? So I first write the first answer. I write a wrong answer. Then I look at him. Let's see whether he will copy. He looks over, copies. Same answer. Like I wrote a wrong answer and he copied. So I went to question two. I wrote another wrong answer. Look at him. Stealthily looks and copies. I was beginning to get excited. The third answer. Here he was. He copied. It was going so well. Mid paper, I'm still looking at him to make sure he's copying. And everything, question for question, he was copying. Then I finished. I finished the entire paper. And he had copied everything from the first question to the last question. So here I was, all the wrong answers on my paper, all the wrong answers in his paper. So obviously, I couldn't submit the paper like that. The paper would give me 0% because they're all wrong. I knew all the right answers, so I knew which answers were all wrong, and I had put all of them on the paper. Then I look at him, then I look at my paper, then I act like I'm reviewing my answers from question one to the last. So I start with question one. I look at it and I start looking like I'm thinking. I was acting like I'm thinking very deeply about what I wrote and whether it's the right answer or not. Usually the exams will take about an hour. There are some slow students who take long to finish, but I would be done within like 20 minutes. And then I would submit my paper immediately and go to play outside with the other kids from other classes, or just wait for the other kids from my class to come. But on this day, after my 20 minutes, I stay there just looking at the paper. The first answer was wrong, obviously. I looked at it. So this guy was just here looking at his paper also. He's reviewing answers. He doesn't know what to do because I'm not submitting my paper. But here he already has all the answers. So he looked at me for a while, looked at his paper, acted like he was reviewing his paper too. But I guess he got tired of pretending like he was reviewing his paper. He obviously didn't know any of the answers. So he was looking at his paper blankly. Finally, he gives up. He's like, I already got the answer. What am I doing? So he submitted the paper to the teacher. And usually he knew I would get 100. So, like, yeah, it's most likely yeah, 100. And he submits the paper. And when you submit your paper to the teacher, there's no way of getting it back. So it was a final submission. He had submitted the paper with all the wrong answers. Yeah. So I looked at my paper now. Yeah, the teacher has his paper already. So I'm like, yeah, it's my time to shine. Yeah. I wrapped the first answer. Looks at me like, what are you doing? Like, yeah, maybe it's just one. Okay, okay, okay. Then I rub my second answer. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Does not look good. I rub the third one. I'm doing it slowly just to annoy him. I was like, no, I don't like where this is headed. He's looking at me. He's frustrated. I can see the look on his face. He's looking at me with evil eyes, like a demon. What are you doing? This was all my hope. Happy. Fourth one, I rub half of the paper. He's going crazy mentally. He's trying to control himself. I think he wanted to scream at that point. Mm, I'm happy. I'm not acting happy. I act very serious. Like I'm just reviewing my answers and changing them. Like this is a second thought. Like I've thought again. So I rub the entire paper. His hand sits. He just sits down. He lays on the desk. He's like, what? What is this guy planning to do? Submit an empty paper? This guy is crazy. I had not figured out that the answers were wrong or anything. At least I thought so. So he presents the paper. Like after presenting the paper, so I stay there. It's blank now. And I start writing answers. Mm, First answer. He looks at it. It's like, yeah, that's a bit different from the one I wrote. Okay, where are you headed with this? Second answer. Different. I see where he's like. I see where he's going. Third one different. Half the paper. All answers are different. His heart sinks again. Does not look good for me. He stops looking at me now. He can't handle the frustration he's getting. I completely write all the answers and fill them up. And yeah, I had a lot of time. I would do the exam in 20 minutes, but it was an hour. So I had another 20 minutes to finish the exam and still 20 more minutes left. So I finished the paper and presented it to the teacher. And I smirked and laughed. Not laughed really, like smiled. Smirked and smiled as I was presenting the paper to the teacher and going outside to play. So that day he was not even in the mood for playing. He was stressed. He was depressed, I would say. He had contracted depression suddenly. He didn't feel like playing. Yeah, he wasn't sure what to expect anymore. Then a few days later the teacher comes back with the marked papers. I had 100%. Happy. I smiled at the paper. And I looked at him. I don't know what he got. I've never known to this day. But I looked at him. I knew all the answers were wrong and he copied all of them. I looked at him. I was looking at his paper. He didn't even look at me. I thought he would look at me with an evil eye or something. No, he didn't have the confidence to look at me. He looked down, put the paper in his bag, and continued living like nothing had happened. I looked at him, and smiled, like, got you. He had already copied a few exams before I thought of doing this front one, like three, which I got like 96 and 100. He was pretty good. Overall, he didn't become last. He was pretty good. He was in the middle, upper middle, based on the papers he had copied already. And from the next exam, he didn't copy. When the next exam came, he started writing his own answers. Like, I don't care. Whether they are wrong or right, at least I'll get some right. So there are some people who didn't know how to read or write at that age. So the teacher would translate the papers to Kikuyu so they could understand. So he will listen to the teacher now and write the answers based on what he wrote. Even if he did the paper only, so he'll get at least a 40 or 60. So like it's better a 40 or a 60 than I copy this guy's answers and then he rubs all of them and I get a zero. I don't know how he explained it to his parents. I don't know whether they checked his paper or not, but they're probably not happy. The teacher didn't seem concerned. He thought it's probably those people who didn't understand the questions who got a zero. But yeah, that's what happened. And looking back at it, I'm like, maybe it was a bit too tough. Should have given a few, like 5, 6 correct answers so it doesn't get it. It's a bit harsh. I never gotten a zero, so I don't know how it feels. And I made someone get that feeling. So it's a bit evil. Like at that age, I was 7, turning 8 years old, and that was already an evil brain brewing in me. I wouldn't say I've done anything that evil to someone after that, but it felt like justice to me. And I I have consulted with the AI because AI is the new thing right now. And I gave it the story, and I'm like, what do you think? Do you think I'm evil? He's like, no. AI reaffirmed me, is like, no, that's justice. You wanted justice, and you got justice. He shouldn't have copied. That's what AI was telling me. I'm like, awesome. At least someone doesn't think I'm evil. But I was a Christian at least as a child, so it's a bit evil for a Christian. Yeah, that's it. Bye.